What is up, y'all? You are checking out the World of WWE podcast. And guys, I'm joined by my co-host. Introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? It's Macho Man Dan, Le Champion, of course.
And La Champion. Fuck. Latino he called.
Trying to steal my gimmick here, Carlos?
No, mistake.
Trying to steal my gimmick. This is like a fake Razor Ramon situation. This is bullshit.
Carlos sometimes have these moments where he has these weird, freaky outbursts where he just swears.
Sometimes, like all the time.
I was gonna say
of something here. We have 2 more SmackDown episodes to cover under the World of WWE before we change to the Uncensored Pro Wrestling podcast. So,
man, things are changing.
it's going to be weird. This is the last time you're going to hear me say welcome to the World of WWE podcast covering WWE Friday Night SmackDown.
This is sad.
And I will raise you up. Okay. So, yes, good. Sorry. You are checking out Friday Night SmackDown. We're covering February 11th, 2022. And there was a lot going on. Build to Elimination Chamber. And we start out there in New Orleans, Louisiana for SmackDown NOLA. And Sonya Deville comes down and she welcomes us to SmackDown. And she goes, she doesn't care who you are. There will be consequences for actions. And she says that she has asked Ronda to pay, I think it was it $10,000? I think it was like a $10,000 fine. And that Ronda will be suspended indefinitely.
Yeah, as if that's actually gonna stand. A, and B, $10,000 to a WWE wrestler ain't that much.
I wrote 100,000. It might have been 100, but I thought that might have been a little bit too astronomical. But I kind of just went with 10. I don't know.
I really don't think so because I think WWE's done that before.
So it might have been that much, 100,000. So
they did that to Brock.
Okay, so I mean, I can see them doing that to Ronda. Okay, so $100,000. So then Adam Pearce comes out and he reads an email from Vince McMahon, and Vince.
He's so cringy on the mic, by the way.
He is. Pearce basically says that Vince declined the suspension and the fines of Ronda, and he also says that Sonya Deville cannot get involved or touch Naomi tonight, or Sonya's job will be in jeopardy. That's when Naomi comes out. And then she brags about how Vince says you can't lay your hands on me, but he never said I can't touch you. And Naomi slaps Sonya. So my question to you guys is, will we see Naomi versus Sonya Deville one last time, do you think?
I think this whole thing should be dropped immediately. No one gives a shit.
Yes, sir. I agree. How about you, Carlos?
I agree with Dan 110%.
I always go back
drop
for
this
Naomi.
feud. It's been over 10 months and they actually haven't like a one-on-one match yet. Like Jesus,
This has been going on since September.
And yet still no one gives a shit. They've dropped feuds that are good. But no, they're not dropping this.
At first, I cared because I thought this was all going to lead to Naomi joining the Bloodline, but I guess not.
No way. No,
No
I would
way
love
in
to
hell.
see that, but they always fuck Naomi over, so I'm not surprised. Poor Naomi hasn't really done anything since 2017, and that's not her fault.
I liked her as a heel. She was a great heel to me.
Yeah, she was a good heel. She was good. Bring it to the flow. Okay, so then we have the Lito Lovers, Los Lotharios, taking on Big E and Kofi Kingston. And I mentioned this earlier. It's weird that they are no longer being referenced as the New Day. So I don't know what's happening with that, but they're just being called the Big E and Kofi Kingston by their names. As Lotharios come out, there's a kiss cam segment where they kiss a female, and it looks to be a woman who was hired by WWE to just stand there and get
Like she just randomly popped up.
Yeah. This was actually a pretty decent match. The Lotharios were in control to start. Big E lands a splash on the apron to Carrillo. Kofi Kingston with a plancha on the Lotharios outside. Kofi with a Hurricane Rana to Angel. And then the New Day nail a stomp. And then Angel breaks up the pin. Angel lands a moonsault on E. And pretty much the end comes with a Trouble in Paradise. But before that could happen, Angel rose up Kofi Kingston to get the win. So it looks like Lotharios could be contenders. So my question is, that's my question. Are Los Lotharios number one contender worthy? And did you guys like the kiss cam?
No. I thought it was, again, stupid. I don't get the gimmick. What is the gimmick supposed to be? Are they supposed to be like lovers or something?
They're kind of like Latino Heat, kind of like they're like not lovers. They're like like the ladies love them. They're so good looking. They're Latin lovers. They're
as
like,
if we haven't seen that gimmick 100 times before. Ravishing Recruit comes to mind.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, so that happens. How about you, Carlos? What did you think?
I actually like them. They're doing really good. That, like I said last week, they really put on a good match. They proved that they can go head to head with the New Day. So yeah, I can't wait to see where this goes from here.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I think I like Los Lotharios. I just hope they give them a title.
Like, I wouldn't have expected them to like actually become this much of a big deal, because people
Honestly,
are talking.
I feel like maybe I'd be more excited about it if they just gave them something different to do. I don't know. I just don't like the gimmick. I don't.
Yeah. I just feel like I want to see. That was weird because I burped. I want to see them get a title shot instead of just being okay, Kofi Kingston and Big E again.
WWE is honestly giving people the worst gimmicks ever. I'm just saying.
Did you guys see really quick, really random, the picture of Elias that was supposed to be in 2K22? He has he's wearing trunks, and it's not anything like his regular gimmick. He's wearing pink trunks and a pink and gold
Elias but gay. Wait, what?
You have to check it out. It's on if you type in Elias WWE 2K22, you'll see his sort of icon, and it looks nothing like his character at all.
I'm gonna look this up right now, actually.
Go right ahead. So while you do that, next, the Viking Raiders are being interviewed backstage, and the Usos attack them. Do you guys think it's smart for the Usos to attack the Viking Raiders backstage?
I thought it was hilarious that they didn't even let them get a word out. They were like at Elimination Chamber, boom.
Mm-hmm.
I love their attacks. They're so brutal.
And how about you, Dan?
Oh my!
He's laughing.
Wow. Oh wow! I'm sorry. I'm seeing the photo of Elias. That's what the fuck,
right? It makes no sense at all.
What the fuck? That doesn't look at. I'm sorry. That looks like Drew Gulak or something with Elias' face on him. I'm sorry, but
and it's kind of like Randy Savage too, kind of. But
that's really funny. I apologize. What was the question?
We were talking about was it smart for the Usos to attack the Viking Raiders backstage?
Honestly, I don't get why the Usos are going after them specifically.
Because they're the number one contenders. They're fighting them at Elimination Chamber.
Oh.
Yeah. Again.
I don't know.
I have Money in the Bank, too.
I mean, I guess it makes sense for the Usos to do it, but, I don't know. I guess I guess we really have to see where this goes, honestly. I don't know. It could be good later on. It's just, I don't think it was a smart idea for them to do it, I guess. I don't know. I just have to wait and see where it goes.
Yes, sir. All right, next, Roman Reigns has an interview with Michael Cole backstage. And Michael Cole says an icon returned last week, Goldberg. And Roman Reigns says...
Yes, when I think of icon, I think of Goldberg.
And then he talks about how the man won 173 straight matches. He beat Hulk Hogan. Roman Reigns says if he was in WCW, they would still be in business. He goes, and then Mike Cole brings up how Goldberg beat Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series in 83 seconds. And Roman says, Brock is old news. No one cares because I'm here now. No one has done what I have done. Reigns feels no pressure. He's changed. He says your tribal chief is untouchable. He's going to smash Goldberg, and he's going to Goldberg. So my question is, do you guys think Reigns is going to Goldberg?
Honestly, I hope, normally, y'all know I don't normally vote for Roman to win. I hope Roman kicks Goldberg's ass. Goldberg, stop coming back, dude. You're not relevant anymore. I'm sorry to say it, but go home. You're not even a wrestling guy anymore. And they didn't. You told us this behind the scenes and everything. Anthony said that Goldberg is more of a football guy, and I agree with him 100% on that. I mean, think about it. He always said, "I go there, I beat them up, and then I go home." He never really cared about the wrestling business. He never did.
20-minute match.
I'm just saying, Goldberg, stay the fuck home. No one gives a shit about you anymore. You're not relevant. Roman, kick his ass.
So yes, I agree. I think he's trying to. I think what Reigns is trying to get at is that he's going to be able to beat Goldberg in 83 seconds, which we'll have to see. Yes.
Honestly, I feel like if he does, I feel like that could actually. I wouldn't say help Roman, but I feel like it could. I guess, yeah, it could kind of actually help him a little bit, I guess, if you want to think about it like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying Goldberg's that good of a star, but he beat The Fiend, which is bullshit, which was bullshit at the time. Still is. But I don't know. I guess it could help him a little bit.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Next, we have the dungeon-style match between Aaliyah and Natalya. Now, what happened?
Never mind. Keep going.
You sure?
Yeah, keep going.
All right. So Natalya's in control of start. Aaliyah nails a bulldog to a 2 count. Natalya locks in the sharpshooter. Aaliyah grabs the ropes, but there are no rope breaks, and then Aaliyah eventually taps out. After the match, Aaliyah and Natalie. Oh my God. Natalie. That's gonna be Natalya's nickname now whenever I get mad at her. Natalie attacks Aaliyah until Xia Li runs out and makes the save. And my question for you guys: will Xia Li make Natalya pay for what she has done? I don't think any of you guys care, to be quite honest.
Nope, I don't give a shit.
Okay, well, there you go with that. How about you?
I'm sorry. I know I say this all the time. I say it every single thing, but I don't care. They're not doing anything that makes me care.
Well, moving on. Sami Zayn comes out, and he's coming out to host Insane with Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. And what happened?
Keep going.
Carlos, no, go ahead. What do you want to say?
No, nothing. Keep going.
Go ahead. What do you want to say?
No, keep going. Sami Zayn.
Okay, so Sami Zayn comes out to host Insane with Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. And we see a video package of pretty much Johnny Knoxville kicking Sami Zayn out. And pretty much Sami tells Shinsuke Nakamura that he can't wait to see the look on Shinsuke's face when he beats him. You've been working with Johnny. And then Shinsuke Nakamura says next week there will be a movie called Jackass Defeated. Sami then talks shit to Rick Boogs, and then Boogs tells him to shut up. He touches the mic, and then Boogs gets electrocuted, and then Sami Zayn nails a haluva kick to Shinsuke Nakamura. So my question is it time for Sami Zayn to win? And Carlos, I'll go to you.
Yes, it's time for him to take the belt.
I think so too, my man.
I gotta agree. I mean, look, Sami is a great wrestler, and he fucking deserves that Intercontinental. Has he ever actually? He has won twice. What? Right? Twice. Something like that. He's won it a few times, but each reign wasn't as good as it could have been. I feel like they'll hopefully give him a chance And hopefully he'll get a WrestleMania moment with that title.
Okay. So, moving on.
Gives a shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I feel like WWE kind of ruins it because we already know who won. We'll just say that because people don't want to know, but we'll see. All right. Next up, we have Happy Corbin taking on Cesaro, and Corbin gets the win after a deep 6. And then Madcap Moss is backstage with a doctor, and Drew McIntyre comes into the Elimination Chamber. Their match will be anything goes, falls count anywhere. So my question is, who will leave Saudi Arabia injured? Again, do you guys care?
Nope.
I'm saying Drew. I think this is eventually going to lead up to him versus Baron Corbin at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm sorry, but Drew going from him versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship last year to this versus him versus Happy Corbin. That's a really big fall down the card. Just gonna say that now. Really drastic fall. And I feel bad for Matt. Honestly, I'm sorry for Corbin because he has a shitty gimmick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel bad for Corbin. I feel bad for Madcap Moss. I mean, this is just a whole, Drew McIntyre doesn't deserve this either. This is a joke, in my opinion.
I agree.
Okay. So we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to be talking about Goldberg and the SmackDown Women's Championship main event. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hey, it's Anthony from World of WWE, a WWE podcast. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. 1, it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Yes, and welcome back. Definitely check out Anchor. It is your number one go-to place to make your own podcast for free. Definitely check it out. We, the World of WWE podcast, are actually featured on Anchor as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and so much more. Just search the World of WWE podcast on all those platforms and subscribe to us so you get notified when new stuff, episodes, and content comes out. Also, find us on YouTube, the World of WWE podcast. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. Whenever you do the notification bell, it's so easy. You get a ding, and then it comes to your phone and alert. Yeah, and also, one last piece of business before we move on. We are changing our brand. We are expanding our horizons. And the World of WWE podcast is turning into the Uncensored Pro Wrestling podcast. And with that, we are not only going to be covering WWE, but we're also going to be covering AEW, Impact Wrestling, and potentially a lot more companies. But more on that will happen later. Also, with our new Uncensored Pro Wrestling podcast, we are going to be looking at the greatest TNA matches of all time. That will be coming out soon, starting with the Asylum years. That should be debuting, I'll say, in March. So that will be happening rather quickly with the Asylum.
In my opinion, AEW might not be lasting any much longer.
Ooh, oh, well, we'll have to see.
Just because some news that came out today. So
I feel like we should do a WWE versus AEW thing where fucking Nick battles with fucking Carlos or fucking Dusty.
I'll be the only one fucking defending
Or
WWE.
fucking AEW and WWE, which one's better?
It'll be like 3
We'll do that one night. We'll do that for Christmas.
It'll be like order in the court.
Joking, yeah, no, but yeah. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. You're gonna be meeting new co-hosts, and yeah. So Dusty is gonna be working on me with the Attitude Era. Also, that's coming out too. That will be debuting in April. We are going to be covering everything of the Attitude Era, but first to start us out with, we're going to be covering the dawn of the Attitude Era. That also will drop in March as well. So a lot happening. So stay with us, and we'll keep you updated when that will take place. Officially, that's going to take place on February 22nd, 2022. And our first AEW recap will be a live react. Well, not live, but I will be there in person for that AEW event. They are taping both Dynamite and Rampage. So I will see both shows. So those will be the first time we cover another wrestling company other than WWE. But yeah, so now that I got that out of the way, I talked for about a minute and a half. We go back to SmackDown with Goldberg talking to Michael Cole. And Goldberg goes on and on. He basically says, just like he says every promo, there's only one him, and he will take the title. So my question is, will Goldberg finally take the title from Roman Reigns? And I'll start with you, Carlos.
No, he will not. Doesn't stand a chance.
Well, he does have 173 wins, consecutive wins.
Oh, shoot.
Okay. All right. Well, I respect it. How about you, Dan?
I definitely agree with Carlos. I mean, Goldberg does not he shouldn't stand a chance. At least, I mean, Roman is so fucking he's on top right now. Why would he suddenly lose right before WrestleMania? It wouldn't make sense, booking wise. It really wouldn't.
No. I don't agree. Listen, Roman Reigns. Listen, my Grandma Ann, representing right here tonight. Roman Reigns, I will represent him. So I do. Roman Reigns is one of my favorites, even though I normally don't. No, I don't want to say I don't. If he was fighting people that I didn't like, I would root for him. Lately, he's been fighting Seth Rollins. I like Seth Rollins. I like Edge. So I kind of like more of the underdog type guys, but Roman Reigns is still one of my favorites. And in this match, I'm rooting for Reigns, and I do think he's gonna beat Goldberg because it's just why not? I mean, Goldberg.
But the thing I have a problem with this, the only problem I have with this is that why are they putting Goldberg, a guy who injures people, in a match with their most top guy right now that could possibly injure him?
Because it's Saudi Arabia and money. Saudi Arabia wants top.
He almost killed The Undertaker a couple years ago.
Again, remember, they wanted Ultimate Warrior and Yokozuna last year. I mean, these people have no clue what's happening. So when they hear Goldberg, Goldberg night, they think the problem with Saudi Arabia, not talking bad about them. I appreciate the country, whatever, the kingdom. From what I've heard and experienced is that they're kind of out of touch with American pro wrestling. They know names like Goldberg because Goldberg was very popular in the late 90s. So they think, when they think wrestling, they're not thinking of today wrestlers. They're thinking of the John Cenas, the Undertakers, the Shawn Michaels, the Goldbergs, the possibly Stone Colds, people who are just known.
Who else? Owen Hart.
Who'd you say?
Owen Hart.
I hate you. Bye.
I'm sorry. It needed to be said.
I don't get it.
But you know what I mean. So it's just yes, didn't they ask for him too?
I think so.
Probably. So I mean, that's why. I agree with you, dude. I don't understand, and that was my biggest issue with WWE lately. Is they're not having good enough competition. Roman has had good competition lately. I think from Royal Rumble. That whole last year, I think he had good competition. Goldberg is not.
Yeah, I think since he first won the title, it was good competition. The storyline between him and Jey Uso was 100% perfect.
I just wasn't into that storyline, to be honest, because I knew Jay wasn't gonna win.
No, but I just thought it was so great. It was emotional. It had so many feelings inside it.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. No, it definitely was. It gave.
They even did a documentary, especially on fucking Jey Uso.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, then whatever happened after that? What is he doing now?
Yeah, I know, but
I mean, and that's the reason why it was a good storyline, but it did nothing for him. He's back being Roman Reigns' bitch, he was.
Bro, he was fucking main eventing SmackDowns. Roman Reigns brought him up to a level he'd never been at before.
Yes, but if it wasn't for Reigns, exactly, Reigns brought him to a level.
Yeah, that's what
Without
Reigns did. He
Reigns,
helps out.
what happens to him?
He would have just been. He would have been fucking hosting those dancing
But
things
that's my whole point. If he can't work without Roman Reigns, then maybe he
we
just
don't know
doesn't
that.
work well.
We don't know that until
I
he.
mean, you
right
even
now, he's
said
like
he would be posting videos
right,
of him dancing. I mean, without Reigns, he really is. I mean, he's a joke, kind of, right? I mean, they're dancing.
Right now he's like the lead Uso.
Yeah. But still, he hasn't progressed in his career, I feel like. He had a good match with Reigns, but now
he's always been stuck in the team. He needed someone like Roman Reigns to motivate him to get to that spot.
But wouldn't there be a better storyline had it been like, okay, Jimmy comes back, he's not happy with it, Jay and Jimmy fight? That would have brought something. But they didn't have a one-on-one.
But Jimmy eventually, like, he fell in line. He knew what he was supposed to do.
But that's so much cornier. Like, that didn't do anything for either of them. That just made them look like bitches. Like, it literally made them
didn't
look
do
like
anything for Roman either.
If Jimmy came back pissed as shit and they did a serious, maybe like a pay-per-view match, that would have made them both look like, okay, maybe they could be singles competitors. Because right now, when you see Jimmy, you think of Jay. When you see Jay, you think of Jimmy. They haven't done anything to establish them. The two matches that Jay had with Reigns were great. Had they continued to make him be in singles matches, that would have even made him better. But because they brought him back down, it's like, what was the point of that? For a two-month storyline?
They brought him back down. Jay was having 5-star matches and stuff. Oh my god.
I just like now he's not having those 5-star matches.
They are. But he's with his brother now though.
So exactly, if he was a single star, it would have been better for him.
And they're more over than ever.
Well, I respect your thoughts, my man. I don't know. I just think for me,
I think you just don't like the Usos.
I feel like I like them in the like.
I think in my opinion, they're the greatest tag team of all time. My opinion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's saying something, man.
I mean, I didn't grow up in your time. You may have other opinions.
True. You're right. Well, you know what? That's a fair.
I grew up watching it since the day that they fucking debuted with Tamina and they took out the Hart Dynasty. I mean, I've been watching them since that day. Man.
True. For your decade, that would be, maybe them. But also, you could say this decade's tag team was the New Day. I mean, that's the thing. The
New Day are up there, but like, no, the Usos are for me.
I mean, if you look at merchandise sales, it's probably more the New Day when it was just the two teams without Roman being involved.
But the New Day are trio. I'm talking about tag team.
Yeah, but I mean, when it's for the tag team titles, it's not like it's a 3 against 2. They usually pick 2 members.
It was like that for a while.
Yeah, but it's not like a 3-on-2 handicap match. They pick 2 different members and they just go in and fight.
But they'll have the other guy waiting outside the ring, and they'll always like do something.
Not really. Not when they're good guys. When they're good guys, the person sits out there and takes care of business if the other person gets involved.
Like I'm just over here staying out of this whole thing.
Yeah, we all have to quiet. I just think that I like the Usos, but now I feel like they've been doing it for so long, like kind of like John Cena, like do your thing now. Like you've done it, you've made your time, you've been a bunch of champions. Let someone else take over and go away quietly. Like I really like them, but just be Roman Reigns bitches and let someone else have the titles because it's not. I don't respect them as champions because there's Roman Reigns as bitches. They do whatever he says. Ooh, I respect them as like stealing the titles and being sort of like heel villains, but
what makes them their bitches?
Because whatever Roman tells them to do, they do.
Yeah, that's their
brothers were gonna fight with each other over Roman. You would fight with your own brother over your cousin, what your cousin thinks, that's a bitch. I mean,
I mean,
then
listen,
now,
Jimmy left Jay high and dry, so was injured, and then Roman was the one that came up and brought him up to a level that he'd never been at before. Of course he's gonna
drop back down.
Of course he's gonna freaking owe his life to fucking Roman.
Do we think, a serious question, do we really think Jey Uso is going to become a WWE champion one day?
Never.
You guys be hating me for
you
this.
are a singles wrestler, and if the fans can't think of you as a Jinder Mahal, he was given the title. No one gave two flying craps. I mean,
he was a part of fucking 3MB, and he became WWE champion.
Yeah, and he literally didn't. His whole point being champion was because they were going to India, and he dropped the title before they even went there. Like, that just shows you how bad, like, he was. Like, they were like, fuck it, at this point, like, he's so bad as champion, fuck it, we'll go to India, he won't be champion. So my thing is that, like, they should have, if they built him as a singles competitor, then yeah, I would get it. But he's always with his brother. They always do the same crap for over 10 years. Well, not 10, 5 years have been doing the same shit.
He was being a singles competitor for a long time.
For like 2 months.
Until his brother came back.
Yeah, and then the brother came back and he went right back to the role he had before the brother left. He should have been doing something different.
Just focus on something else now.
Fucking bro, I love this.
This was from September all the way to April. He was main event Jey Uso, putting on singles matches by himself.
But they weren't good.
In my opinion, they were. He fucking fought Danny Bryan. Okay.
Yeah, but he lost, bro. He cheated to win.
No, he beat Danny Bryan. He beat Danny Bryan. That's how he became fucking the captain of the Survivor Series team in 2020.
Sorry, I didn't pay attention to the Jey Uso versus Daniel Bryan match.
I'm telling you, you gotta pay attention to these things. You may not care, but I do.
I respect it. All right, let's listen to Dan because he's right. We should move on.
I really hope Jey Uso listens to this, man.
If he does, he really likes you, and he hates me. All right, so next we have our main event, the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Women's Champion Charlotte Flair defending against Naomi for like the third time or second time. This was actually a pretty good match. Naomi lands a spinning plancha to Charlotte outside. Naomi lands a cool flying cross body. She lands a jawbreaker, and then Charlotte pulls Naomi's hair and body against the post. Naomi lands a blockbuster.
This match really bored.
What?
Did this match bore you?
No, I like this one.
You're like, ah.
I'll keep going. Hang on, we'll get to it. Naomi lands a springboard kick to a 2 count. Charlotte lands a power bomb. Naomi lands a rear view. Split-legged moonsault, and then a full Nelson slam to a 2 count. And then Charlotte nails a natural selection to retain the title. And then after the match, Sonya taunts Naomi until Naomi attacks her. And then Charlotte Flair attacks Naomi, helping out Sonya Deville. And then Ronda Rousey runs down and takes out both Sonya and Flair and helps Naomi up to her feet.
By the way, she almost had a Titus Worldwide moment. World Slide.
She almost fell. That would have been hysterical.
Almost.
So my question for you guys is, will Flair and Sonya get the better of Ronda next week after Ronda made the attack?
I mean, the results are already out there, so.
Well, I mean, let's pretend they're not.
No, she's not going to get the better. They're not going to get the better of Ronda and Naomi.
Okay.
Go Carlos.
All right, so how about you, Dan?
I just said I agree with Carlos.
Oh, that's it. I just agreed. Okay. All right.
I got nothing else to say.
All right.
I don't know. It's just this whole. I don't know. The whole thing with them doesn't interest me. I don't think that should have been like the main thing they were going after the entire show. Like, I don't think it should have been the main event. That's just me, though.
Okay. So my point is, I like this. I like the match, but I don't like how they keep burying Naomi. It doesn't really do anything for Naomi or Charlotte. They've already fought. Charlotte's beaten her before. This was a clean win, so it kind of cemented the fact that Naomi can't. I mean, she can challenge, but really, again, why at this point?
Yeah.
So I feel like it really didn't do anything. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Ronda, is it going to be a good situation? I mean, we do know they did make it official that it's going to be Ronda and Naomi versus Flair and Sonya at Elimination Chamber. So I guess my question could be, after the attack that Ronda gave them, do you think Flair and Sonya are going to, we have our actual predictions later, but as of now, what do you think?
I mean, I feel only time can tell, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. I just, how about you, Carlos?
I agree with Dan.
Yeah, it's there's I kind of want to move on really quick, because, and I'll tell you guys why. There's been a lot of talk about some stuff going on, and these I don't want to say are spoilers because they're just rumors. I don't mind rumors. I'm going to give some rumors. We talked about it. It's going to be really quick. I don't want to get too in-depth about this, but I was just on my Facebook as I was talking, you guys just scrolling about any wrestling news or whatever, and one thing I did find was, again, they're still talking about what I think Carlos mentioned this earlier. They're really trying to push to get Stone Cold at WrestleMania this year to compete against Kevin Owens. I think that would be good because
Brock Lesnar. I know it sounds stupid, but I also heard Brock. Just saying.
Okay. Well, here's what we'll do. What we'll do is we'll get more into that in the Elimination Chamber prediction, because if that were the case, then there would be a whole new challenger, right? So we'll get into that later. So there's that. But then also, something else I saw was, I think, who was it? I think someone brought it up. Or no, I don't know if we talked about it. We didn't talk about this, but Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes were, I don't know if they were let go or if their contract expired, but they are no longer with AEW. And I'm hearing
That's why I said I don't know how much longer AEW is going to survive.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, Cody Rhodes was a good talent, but he wasn't like the top star there. They hated
No, but he was isn't he the one who started AEW kind of?
No.
Not
I mean, he was
really.
He was a
with
big
the
guy
group.
in AEW. when he
Yeah,
first started.
like he was with the group who had the idea of it, but Tony Khan really created it. He was on the board of directors and shit, but what he did, Cody Rhodes, was he did pretty much what Kevin Nash did. He was a booker. He pretty much made he was like an executive of like talent or something. So he pretty much put himself over. But the fans hate him. Like right now, there's a really bad guy in AEW that everyone hates, Dan Lambert, and literally they were cheering.
I thought MJF was the biggest heel in AEW.
He is, but Dan Lambert is like a manager that's like the biggest heel. He like represents this group called the American Top Team. He's like an overweight asshole guy who talks shit, and basically he's older too. And basically, he like gets booed out of the arena, annihilated. And Brandy Rhodes come out and like they're booing the shit out of her. Like they don't like Cody, they boo him. It's just Anyway, so he might pop up again. And the question is though, I have a
is he gonna come back as star?
I have a quick theory, and then we're gonna wrap up. I really think they're pushing Triple H out because the first AEW that they did, and I get business is business. I get it. He fucking used a sledgehammer and fucking broke down the throne. So, I mean, that's a direct hit at Triple H. So coming into, I mean, this has happened before. A lot of wrestlers have talked shit and whatever, and, work together. But I don't know. It's weird. It's like, okay, if he does come back, it's like, well, you're kind of shitting on Triple H. So I don't know. I feel like a lot's happening. So, yeah, there's a lot going on in the world of wrestling. So, to wrap up, let's go over our favorite moment of the night. We'll start with Champion.
I guess, if anything, probably Roman talking trash about how he's going to kick Goldberg's ass.
Okay. All right. Good build to Elimination Chamber. How about you, Carlos?
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing. I actually enjoyed the Charlotte Flair Naomi match. I didn't think the outcome of it was good. Like, it didn't really do anything, but wrestling wise, I enjoyed that. So we have 2 more stops before Elimination Chamber, which will be this Saturday, February 19th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Earlier show, which means that we're going to be doing a couple of things differently. Our SmackDown episode is going to debut on Thursday. It was taped, and to make sure we have time to get everything done for Elimination Chamber, we're going to get that recorded. Monday Night Raw will be out Wednesday. Well, it will be out. Yeah, it'll be out later. It will be out tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out the date of this. This is being. I'm like messing up my days. This is Tuesday. Yes. So tomorrow, Wednesday, we will be dropping our Monday Night Raw recap, and then we have our SmackDown recap, and then on Friday we are going to be dropping our Elimination Chamber prediction special. Elimination Chamber is definitely going to set the tone for WrestleMania. It's going to set up some matches, and yeah, I'm excited for it. So with that being said, oh, by the way, I'm going to retain my title. Well, not retain, I'm going to earn it back. Duh.
I was gonna say retain. I was like, excuse me, I am Le Champion. Thank you.
All right, well, don't worry. You were like champion for like what, a month? It's coming back.
Technically a month and a half, but you know.
Well, January 29th. Oh yeah, that's right, because you didn't lose it.
Yep.
Okay, a month and a half. All right. Big time backs over here.
Hey. I didn't have to be like you. Win it 1 month, and then the next month there's no fucking pay-per-view. I defended it 2 pay-per-views. Oh, I'm sorry. I defended it 1 pay-per-view, and that pay-per-view was the same month that I freaking won it. So I'm sorry. I don't want to hear shit from you, Anthony.
Okay, well, guess what? I have a feeling that the silent one over here, Carlos, might sneak up on us and friggin'
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. My predictions have been bad lately.
Well,
They've been off.
Fucking Dan went on a technicality, but all right. So we will argue.
One on a technicality.
So be on the lookout for all that stuff coming soon. Stay safe, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.